Alright guys, it's time to look at DAG or Constellation on the channel for the first time since this candle all the way back here, guys, on January the 12th. So we do find ourselves a little bit lower than that point, and if we zoom in here, let's take a look and see what's happened. Now, I have zoomed in. You can see we have broken this Fibonacci as of yesterday, so that is a good thing. We have actually retested the 2 weekly supports here. And right now we are struggling with 4.219 as a resistance. So we have gotten, we are still a little bit above that, but it does look like it is trying to reject basically. And we fell just short of 4.609 cents as well, just slightly short of that. So let's see what happens. It does look like it is trying to reject, but yeah, we have to look at the indicators next. Now, looking at the volume here on a weekly time frame, guys, you can see that once we get above about 4.3 cents, the volume just really drops off, guys. So right now we are breaking through this candle, and this is the 4th largest candle that you can see in this little chart here. So yeah, once we push through about 4.3 cents, the next candle, it's still fairly large considering, you know, what we see here. But yeah, after we break through like 4.7 cents, the candlesticks are about half or less the size of these bottom half candles basically. Now, taking a quick look at the Bollinger Bands, guys, you can see that it is pinching in here. I know there's a lot of lines, a little bit hard to see, but the blue line is coming up here and this blue line is coming down. It's resulting in a pinch on a weekly time frame. Now, if we look at the Bollinger Bands, we zoom out, you can see how wide it was. Basically, you got a pinch back in November of 2024, and that resulted in a little bit of a pop up. And these are still a little bit wider than that point there. So I do think this will pinch in maybe a little bit more, and we're going to see something like this. Now, the daily Bollinger Bands, you can see, kind of got a pinch back on the 13th of July here, kind of pinched in right there, so that resulted in this little bit of a run. Now, do I think this pinch is over? It could be. If we look at the consistency here of the Bollinger Bands and how wide they were, this might, you know, kind of fade a little bit, and this one might come around like this. But yeah, it could be that is as wide as it's probably going to get. But like I said, guys, that weekly Bollinger Band, you know, it looks like it wants to pop, and I think it's going to be a relatively large pop. Now, looking at the RSI and stochastic, guys, you can see that it is actually just coming out of the oversold territory, basically, on stochastic, and RSI is pointed pretty heavily to the upside, so that is good, in my opinion, on a weekly time frame. Daily time frame, guys, a little bit overheated here on the stochastic, but the RSI is still pointed up, so it's still in neutral territory. But again, it's a mixed signal. Now, the 4-hour time frame, guys, coming down, so it just tried to avoid being overheated, but the red line here has crossed that blue line. That is not a good signal. RSI is coming down pretty heavily as well. Now, the 1-hour time frame, it is actually sliding down on the stochastic. The RSI is a little bit more than sliding. It's more heavily pointed to the downside, so that is not good either. 15-minute time frame, it's getting oversold here on stochastic, and the RSI looks like it wants to turn back around. So maybe it's trying to really save itself right here, trying to find support on that 4.219 cent mark. You know, maybe it will come down to the top of the Fibonacci and retest again. Now, keep in mind this 15-minute time frame. Let's at least put this on a 4-hour time frame. Now, yeah, it is trying to find support here, and you can see it's just kind of retested this Fibonacci several times on the 4-hour time frame. So that's my guess. It may come down to retest this one more time. Let's see if it's strong enough. If it isn't, then maybe we fall back down to the 3.5 cent support there. Now, one more indicator to look at, guys, is the MACD, and it looks like the blue line here is going to cross that red line shortly. So it is printing a light red candle here at the moment. So that is fine. I do think this is in for some upside, at least on a weekly time frame. Daily time frame here, it's already started printing green candles back at the end of June. Let's look at this a little bit more. Yeah, we do have a high back here at about 0.015, so it can run a lot higher. That's a local high. Now, if we look back even farther, that may be the highest it's ever been. So, yeah, that looks like it, guys. But, you know, it can go probably higher than this, I'm sure. But basically, it's almost sitting right at the neutral level at 0. So it does have a ways to run before it gets to even that local high there. Now, taking a look at the chart one more time, guys, the trend line here is of concern. Now, most cryptos have jumped above that trend line, which started usually between December and February. This one started actually a little bit earlier, back in November. So that's, you know, a little bit of a concern here. If we were to jump up and get above this today, it would take place at 5.7 cents. I don't think it's just going to jump up today and break through the Fibonacci, as well as about, what, 5 resistances here and the trend line. So it is a little bit of a concern here, but I do think eventually it will overtake that trend line. Now, looking at the tokenomics here, guys, this is number 424 coin. There is 3.55 billion total supply. There is no max supply, so that is a little bit worrying. I don't like that fact about it, but circulating 2.85 billion. Now, all-time high, 45 cents, and this says 4 years ago, so that means that chart we looked at isn't the full chart, and this is 90% down. So, you know, is it going to make its all-time high? You know, it's hard to say on this one. This one tends to move pretty quickly. If we go back to the chart and you look at that, it does have some big jumps here and there. You can see back here it jumped up pretty quick. Here it kind of jumps up pretty quick. Here it jumps up pretty quick. It is jumping up pretty quickly now. So it does tend to move a little bit fast when it starts to move. But it does fall pretty fast too, as you can see here. So anyways, guys, I'm not sure with this one. If I had to guess, you know, I would say probably not, unfortunately. Now, before I go a little farther in this video, guys, you can claim bonuses on some of my favorite crypto exchanges below. I have partnerships with 10 exchanges, guys. If you use my links, of course, I will get some commission. You can also sign up to Moodix. There's a free 7-day trial here, guys, and you can follow me on X here. Now, taking a quick look at Bitcoin here, guys, basically it is making a little bit of a flag. So today we do have a green candle, 118,300 at the moment, but basically it's just consolidating between about 117,300 up to about 120,000 at the moment. So not too much going on, you know, for the last week with Bitcoin. It's just been kind of scaring people, I would say. A lot of shorts, a lot of longs getting wrecked because, you know, when it looks like it's going up, it goes up pretty fast. And then when it goes down pretty hard, guys. So be careful if you're using leverage there. Now, Ethereum still looks good, guys. The daily chart here, since what, July 8th, that's what, 11 days, 12 days or so, we've only had one candle. And basically, it's just continuing to the upside, guys. And the next resistance is 36.46. And then it has to break the Fibonacci up at about 38.35. You know, it looks like it's starting to slow down a little bit. But, of course, this is a weekend. It is Saturday, so keep that in mind as well. Might not see too much upside here. Might get a little bit of a cool down even. A couple red candles before it, you know, continues upward. But there are a lot of companies that are actually buying Ethereum. So I think that shows, you know, companies are becoming more and more interested in altcoins just because the fact that Bitcoin is too high. A lot of people don't want to buy it at $120,000, guys. So they're looking for alternatives like Ethereum. Now, the total market cap excluding Bitcoin is fighting the 1.47 trillion mark, and even yesterday made it up to 1.51. Got a perfect rejection right there, guys. That light blue is a monthly resistance, so we have taken over this monthly resistance right here, but we need to take over 1.51 trillion. Now, CME, guys, I do want to point out there is kind of an inverse head and shoulders here. So the target would be up here at about $147,000. So let's see if that's where it's headed, because it did break this little neckline, guys. So that's a great possibility. Now, looking at the Bitcoin dominance, guys, this is getting a little bit of a rest period today. But again, guys, it's Saturday. Let's see if it continues making a red candle or not. It may get supported here for a couple of days just because it's the weekend. 61.76 is this little support for it. Sitting at 61.82 at the moment, so it's just slightly above that. Now, the target of that M pattern that we saw the other day is all the way down here at about 60.46. So I do think it will break, and we will hit 60.46. But once we break this, I will say altcoin season is probably fully in effect. Now, the USDT dominance is actually continuing down. Yesterday it did get a little bit of a green candle. It looks like it tried to retest the 4.31% and got a rejection, although it did fall slightly short of that. These lines are never perfect, guys. But now it has this support at 3.8%. But yeah, it looks like it wants to try to save itself, but right now it's not looking good for the dominance, in my opinion. I do think it's headed more down. Now, the dollar index is getting a little bit of a support here. Now, this was yesterday. I should go ahead and point out it finished like this, so it got support here at 98.21. Ended up with a slight red candle, but let's see where what happens on Monday. Now, right before I started this video, guys, the altcoin season index fell down just slightly, so we're at a 41 right now. Still not bad, guys, considering we were down here around 20 for a very long time. So, we are still more on the side of Bitcoin season, unfortunately. We got up to 49 and fell back, from that point. But I think this is just kind of a little bit of a rest period, before we see something more like this. Now, the liquidation heat map, guys, in the last 24 hours is only about 460 million that have been wrecked. We were getting pretty high in the last couple of days, and that's because Bitcoin, like I said, it's just been going up and down very quickly, and people are just getting destroyed. Now, the fear and greed, 74 today, yesterday 73. I think we've been around 73, 74 the last like 4 days or so. Bull market peak indicator, sell at the top, still 0 from 30, guys, still 100% hold, so don't worry. Best indicator, in my opinion, is this Pi Cycle top indicator, and you can see it's not even close to crossing. Now, next week, we do have the U.S. leading index on Monday. We have a couple of speakers on Tuesday. Wednesday is a dead day, basically. Thursday, we do have PMI, jobless claims, and Friday, we got core durable goods and Atlanta Fed GDP now. But it's pretty much not too important next week. We have to see what these speakers do say. That could be of a little bit of importance, but yeah, core durable goods will be a little bit important too. Maybe this PMI as well, but pretty much for the most part, next week is not that important economically. Now, looking at MEXC, guys, yesterday was actually a positive day. The week was just slightly negative. Now, the sentiment is still risk off, guys. The trend is sideways, but it is cooling a little bit. So it's, it's trending towards the risk on, but it's still not there yet, guys. Now, the year is still quite positive, so this is good. Let's see what next week brings when it comes to MEXC, guys. Now, FedWatch Tools says there's still a 96% chance that we're not getting a cut in, 11 days. So I'm a little bit surprised myself, guys. But if you go to Polymarket, there's still a chance Powell could be out. It's still 18 and 21% chance here, as you see. You can also look at how many Fed rate cuts people expect, and Fed decision in September or July. There's a lot of things here. They do have a Jerome Powell little thing here, guys, so check that out. Now, inflation is 2.06% still. 2% is what the Fed is aiming for, so in my opinion, what are they waiting for? Now, crypto bubbles looks a bit ugly today. If we put this on the hour, though, it looks actually kind of nice, so I'm going to leave it there. Anyways, guys, if you want to stake your coins, I did an Ethereum Classic video yesterday. You should check that out. But if you want to stake your coins, just go to Coinondo, guys. And yeah, you can check out all the deals here. And if you want, you can type your crypto here, and you will get all the deals. Be careful. Don't start sending coins around blindly. Anyways, guys, if you like this video, like, subscribe, activate the bell, share this video with your friends, guys. And if you want to become a member of the channel, you will be put into a Telegram group where you'll get these MEXC notifications, at least the ones that affect Bitcoin, of course, not every notification. And you can request a video, guys, one video a month when you're a member. I'm getting a lot of people asking me for a request, guys, so it's only $2 to sign up, so not that much. And like I said, you get one request a month. Anyways, guys, if you like this video, like I said, like, subscribe, activate the bell, and I'll see you guys in the next one.